Well, yesterday I was at the garden center and I saw an old gym teacher. And she was right at the front door, and it was my middle school gym teacher. And I've seen her there for years, and I probably didn't say much. And then this time, as I pulled in and got out to enter, she was right there, and I told her, "Hey, I've been lifting weights." And I thought she might be enthused, and I had to explain a little bit about why I said that. And I told her that she was a gym teacher, and she's even shorter than me. She's maybe 6 inches shorter than me. And then she asked for my last name, and when she did that, she said, "Oh, you had a sister that died." And I said, "Oh, no, that's a cousin that died." And she was referring to something that happened 20 years ago. One person that died 20 years ago in a fiery crash where the person was going down a 55-mile-an-hour highway, and she was going about 100 miles an hour, and she had done it many times. It was like a pattern for her. And she crossed into a different lane, and she had a head-on collision, got ejected from the car, and her dog survived, who was ejected too, and she didn't survive. And that was 20 years ago, and she knows about me through that reference. She as a pattern of different references as what people feel like I should be known for, the type of thing I should be known for, which isn't even all that surprising because people spend their jobs in spite and a little sadistic. And my wonderful rabbit here usually hates being held while I'm sitting in my chair, and she usually jumps out. And then when when the former gym teacher, my former gym teacher, uh, said to me, "Oh yeah, you had a sister that died." I wanted to say, "Oh yeah, I had a cousin that died." And I wanted to give her this little driving motion, a fiery crash. She was swerving. I mean, it could be even a little funnier. lots of lots of people that died. She might have been laughing to herself about how many other people have died, and then she mentions this one person back there that died, who has a dramatic backdrop, of course. And I was trying to talk to the gym teacher, and that person that she mentioned had a tough time in school, and she couldn't pass the grades, couldn't read very well, and she couldn't stay in the gym class. She had bad behavior. Obviously, the gym teacher has bad behavior too. But she was just talking for the entire community, or the community at whole, who lives in spite, that they don't have, they're not very responsible. Like yesterday, I went outside and I had to go pick up trash on the side of my road because the there are awful motorists that litter my road. And so I do that periodically. And even yesterday when I did that, there was a worker out there from a local nursery who was picking up trash too. And I don't know if it's his first year or something, but he was out there picking up trash. Maybe the first time that there has been someone else picking up trash when I was picking up trash on the side of my road. And then it has to be a paid guy. I never see any residents picking up trash right on the side of my road because I've picked up so many bags of trash. And then I go to a little ditch where there are tens of bags of trash sometimes. I might have picked up 8 bags or more of trash in 10 years ago, one time when I did a lot. And so I was trying to talk to the gym teacher about physical fitness, and she was at a garden store, and you have to have physical fitness. Like, I got a little knee injury, so crossing the store or going from one side of my house to the other isn't really all that easy sometimes. So someday, even in the near future, maybe even next week, I won't be able to cross my house anymore. And I won't be able to go out and do real gardening or whatever. So I was talking about how I have to actually go out and walk every day. And, I've seen her around. She used to have a limp, and she did walking around Dublin Lake. And so she probably has a secret history with the person she mentioned that I don't know. Maybe she was hired to do physical ed with that person and it didn't work out. But it was an odd comment. I mean, maybe expectedly odd from that community, that they are off base all the time, or most of them. In that community, and even later on the next stop, I did 2 stops and I got groceries. And I saw, when I came out of the grocery store, there was a dark-skinned woman who was parked. She was a young woman, and she had spandex on, and she was parked in the handicapped parking space, and she looked like she was teary-eyed while she was putting her groceries away. And she didn't look handicapped, but she was parked in the handicapped space. And she was maybe crying. And she wasn't black, but she was, whatever, dark-skinned. And that was odd. That was in the same community. The town where my dad was born. It has a unique river in the world, one of the few or 2 rivers that flow opposite to the rest of the rivers. So the river in the town flows north, like the Nile, and all the other rivers in the continent really generally flow south. So maybe that's part of their weird behavior. They don't know where they are. The river's gonna dry up, not in a little while. It's already started to dry up. I guess I forget the rest of what I wanted to say. But I said the most of it.